Boo. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Welcome back. How are you? Hopefully, you are doing good. I am doing pretty good. Um, sorry for. There's. What? Okay, first thing first. Sorry for. I would say a long intro, but sometimes they go for like 10 minutes. Um, I haven't eaten. Um, and food just came in. So I was trying to eat it very quickly. Before the song, because it kind of came in the middle of me starting it, and now and I haven't finished it yet, so I probably will have to mute for a little bit in a little bit. But I want to do the whole intro shenanigan stuff first before I go ahead and do that. Um, but before we go over the intro, let me load up Rusty's retirement. Okay, so first things first. Sorry for being gone for the last 2 days. Um, I feel it's kind of like ooh, what happened? Because for a moment there, I was gone for like about a month. I wouldn't say it was a month, right? It was like 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, it's kind of like a jump scare, I guess. But I took a bit of a break on Sunday, just to chillax as I sometimes do, sometimes don't. And then Monday, I had a doctor's appointment, and by the time I came back, it didn't feel like it was worth streaming. Um, Not only because of the time, but also because of how I felt, I guess. Um, Everything's good. I guess I should say that first before anything else. It was just a routine doctor's appointment. It's nothing major. But yeah. So instead of streaming this today, I kind of spent most of pretty much the entire day, just like doing stuff on Godot, Godot. However, um, here's the farm, by the way. And so yeah, I did that. I didn't really make a lot of progress with Godot because I basically spent pretty much like the entire day. I guess sort of trying to get it similar to how Rusty's work. I've gotten a lot of inspiration from Rusty's because I really like a lot of the stuff that it provides. A lot of stuff. Oh wait, hold on. Give me one moment. Let me take it off. I don't think it matters, but I forgot to connect Rusty's to Twitch, so let me do that real quick. I don't need to hide it. The authentication code is hidden by default, but I guess you can never be too safe or whatever people say. I don't know. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, I didn't make much progress, but um, I guess sort of due to the inspiration I've gotten from Rusty's retirement, I've been working towards sort of having a similar layout. I mean, this layout kind of is the same as Avatar. What was it called again? Stream Avatar, where most of the stuff is towards the bottom of the screen. Rusty's actually, I feel like, takes a lot more space. Obviously, I can zoom out, but I do like the way it looks zoomed in as well. Um, so yeah, I want it to be a game that, for the most part, is full screen, but most of the action is going to basically happen at the bottom of the screen. So I was dealing with stuff like making sure that as soon as you launch the game snaps to the size of the screen, making sure that you can edit the size of the screen, making sure that what else? Everything that I've currently made so far in the little thing that I'm making sort of snaps where it's supposed to, with like the anchor stuff and stuff like that. Um, Whoa, holy shit, I forgot we were clearing the left side. That kind of scared me. I was like, what the fuck? It just disappeared, it exploded. Um, so yeah, I was working on that yesterday. Trying to get all that stuff basically sorted out. Um, yeah, I'm still not too sure about the direction of it. It's kind of just like something small that I want to do, or at least as small as I can make it, I guess. Like I said, I tend to, occasionally, uh, start to, make things a little bit more complicated than they probably need to be. Just because, my mind starts rambling. Um, yeah, I haven't figured out much about the sort of Twitch integration stuff. I was thinking about it, like, I think a few days ago, or maybe even yesterday, honestly. But I might try, and I guess this is something that I guess a normal person would do, but it's a bit outlandish for me because it's something that I don't regularly do. But I might try messaging, DMing some of the people that do use Godot, specifically streamer people. I know there's definitely like a few that I've seen on Twitter through videos that use Godot specifically with Twitch integration. I might go that route of like DMing some of them to be like, hey, how do you set that up? Because I have no idea, and there's no videos that are like at least recently made enough for me to like kind of follow along. I feel like there's ways to make things a lot more simpler. And who knows, maybe because I can't seem to find anything that is like recent, I might make a video. I don't know. I haven't really thought of doing something like that. I mean, I have, but it's more like Blender related stuff, nothing to do with Godot to Godot, especially since I guess you could say I'm still very new to it. Um, Still getting the hang of things. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry, I started rambling about. I guess I'm going over what I did yesterday. And yeah, like I said, I mostly spent the entire day just like trying to fix it so that hopefully, I mean, I'm acting like I'm going to publish it or something like that. I honestly probably wasted a lot of time with that sort of mindset. I'm gonna be pretty much like the only person that's gonna be using it. I don't plan on sort of posting it out there. It's basically just something that I will use during my streams. So making it snap to the resolution of the monitor probably was a waste of time, honestly, but hey, who knows? I guess it's like sort of hindsight, uh, prepping it up early so I don't have to worry about it later, kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm rambling again. Um, alright, so what are the news before we begin? What's been going on? Helldivers has had a bit of a saga, if even paying attention, anyone's been paying attention at all with what's been going on with Helldivers. Um, um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, there's been a bit of a saga with Helldivers and the whole fact that recently they'd announced that, hey, you kind of have to link your account to a PSN account if you want to have access to the game. And it was like this whole issue where a lot of countries, it was against TOS to make a PSN account. And so those people basically got locked out of the game, even though they paid for it. And it was just like very messy and shit. But democracy prevailed or whatever. I don't know. But through mass review bombing of the game on Steam, luckily, PlayStation reverted that update, that need, and for the most part, as long as I know, everything's good now. And so yeah, I still haven't played Helldivers a lot recently. Um, I've gone over my reasons why, but it's still a game I really like, really love, would like to play a lot more of. It's just sort of the time of things that kind of gets in the way of that. So we'll see. Anyway, but I'll still be covering Helldivers news because I like the game. And yeah, that was a pretty big news thing that happened with Helldivers. I'm glad that everything worked out okay. That things seem to be good now, as far as I know. I may be wrong about that, but everything seems to be good now. And also, they released an update today, where I think they fixed a bunch of like bugs. I don't think it was a major update. I think they also like changed a weapon so that like it no longer has shrapnel, but instead does like explosive damage, which they claim is a buff. But then again, it's a weapon that I don't own because it's from the newest War Bond, and by say new, I mean like a few weeks old now. But yeah. What else? Lastly, with Helldiver stuff, in a couple days, the new War Bond is coming out. The sort of snowy biome-esque looking one. Um, like I said, I haven't been playing much Helldivers, so I haven't accrued enough super credits for it. So I don't know. I'm kind of like sort of getting in my head a bit of sort of the mindset that I have when I play gacha games, where it's like, well, I'm unable to get this banner, so I'll just wait for the next one, kind of thing. So instead of like saving up to get all the war bonds in like sort of chronological order, I guess you could think. Um, if I'm unable to afford this version's war bond, I'll just wait for the next one kind of mindset, I guess. We'll see. But yeah, good stuff. And finally, the last bit of, I guess, sort of news, updates, whatever, kind of, I don't know. Um, Hades 2 came out yesterday in early access. I guess as people come in, I'll be asking them, should I get it? Should I play it on stream? I don't know. I played a bit of Hades 1, although to be honest with you, I didn't play it probably enough um, as I probably should have. I really like the game. I think it's really cool. Obviously, I'm a really big fan of the Binding of Isaac roguelikes. I really like them. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It's, I guess recently it's very hard to sort of invest your time towards progressing through a story like that. It's kind of, I guess, similar to like story games where um, getting to the end is sometimes very cumbersome. But the game is in early access right now. Apparently, it has more content than the original game. Um, than the first game. I mean, it's a sequel, kind of. But yeah, I guess I'll be asking that question as the day goes by. Hey, should I get it? Should I play it on stream? I know that's kind of like the big thing now. I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta play the newest hot game out there, but it is an interesting game, and like I said, I like roguelikes, so it's kind of like, why not? And I think that's it for like news and shit. There was a lot of news to talk about today, because there was a lot of interesting stuff going on with whatever the hell I'm doing, with whatever the hell is happening. So yeah, it's really nice. Manor is the way to go. I have heard of it, but I don't know too much about Manor Lords, if I'm being honest. What's it about? I've definitely seen it pop up on some areas, some like Steam and stuff like that, I think. But I generally don't know what the game's about. I haven't looked into it too much. Okay. I'm loading it up now. Seeing trailer. It's like Skitty's. Ooh, Skitty? City Skylines style mixes with medieval Total War. Mmm. Oh, whoops. That's not the right game. Interesting. Hello, Zodic. Medieval strategy game based in-depth city building, large-scale tactical battles, and complex economic and social simulations. Oh, I thought that said the season pass. I thought it was like the battle pass. What? Let's see. That is interesting, though. If it is like City Skylines, but with like battles as well. Bought last week, it's challenging, really in-depth game. Okay. Could you imagine? Your entire village getting just burnt to the ground. Banner Lords. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I guess I'll have to consider it. So I guess I have two. Well, I'll have to look more into Manor Lords. I've been waiting for a game like this since Total War days. Well, that's good, right? You got a game that appeals to you. Very nice. Looks very cool. I like the idea of it. Oh, could you guys see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, I'll look into it some more to see what it's up about. I didn't really play too much City Skylines types games. And I guess, to be honest, I also didn't play a lot of Total War games either. But yeah. So I'll look into that, and like I said, Hades 2, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway. Okay, not to distract myself too much, I'll leave the farm as is for now. Exclamation mark join, by the way, and you'll be put into the farm as a little robot that you're able to sort of help out a bit with the what's it called, Twitch integration kind of things. Do I have, hold on. Okay, do I have focus 100? Okay, yeah. There's a lot more room to build stuff, but I won't distract myself with that right now. I want to work a little bit before I play around with that a bit more. Alright. So like the title suggests, hopefully we should be able to finish the hair today. And like I said, I guess a couple days ago now, once the hair is done, I can begin unwrapping everything, pretty much. I feel like I might add more, whoops, whoa. More loop cuts here or something to sort of add more, add to the shape a little bit. But well, the thing that we need to work on is sort of finishing up the end, making it kind of like point into a point, maybe splitting it off into two different points. I don't know. When I say City Skyline, it's more of a how immersive the camera, like you get to zoom into the ground level, watch your people build and interact. And then the battles are amazing, but yeah, give it some thought, won't be disappointed. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. I'll definitely look into it. Might consider getting it, I don't know. But yeah, I get that from the trailer that I saw. I do like that, being able to zoom in. It's one thing to be able to build all the buildings and stuff, but it's nice to see the little people also work on that kind of stuff too. Exactly. Like Age of Empires and many other games only see top down these six to a whole new level. Yeah. It feels a lot better, I assume. No problem. I'm not gonna go through that. Okay. So yeah, overall, I like the general shape of how it turned out. Hold on, let me bring back the dress. Oop, that's not it. Wait, what? Oh, this is the old version. Hold on. Oh, this is the new one. So yeah, the overall shape is nice, I think. So now I'll just work towards making the end, and then we should be done. And then afterwards, I need to figure out, since I do have to make like 5 different copies of it, I need to sort of figure out how to make them look a bit different. Um, so it's not too repetitive, I guess. Hold on. Let me. Whoops. Oh, but yeah, how have you been? It's been a minute since we've talked. Where is it? I'm gonna use a subdivided cube as to sort of help me out, trying to make a bit of a shape, I guess, that I would want to use. Make it easier. Whoops. Yeah. Seeing good. I'm just super busy with everything. How about you? I've been good. Yeah. I'm still working on models. Had to take a break like a week ago for I guess like a few weeks due to some family matters. But I am back. But all is good. Still doing the normal blender stuff as I you do as I do as you do as I do. Hmm. I don't know if this shape really helps. It's a bit. Maybe I should have increased the subdivision count a little bit more. But it's fine. I'll fix it once I retopologize it. But yeah, that's good. That's good. Hopefully, I don't think I mean, I try to check occasionally on Twitch. I don't think I've seen you stream recently. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, that's fine though. Glad to see you're still doing good. Okay. Yeah, right. No reason to give up yet. If that makes any sense, I guess. It was pretty difficult getting back into it though, especially since during the time that I took off, I didn't really touch Blender all that much. So yeah, I'm also glad to be back. How's that looking? It's fine, I guess. Yeah, it's nice to have a bit of a break. Come back more motivated than ever. I wonder, how do I want to do this? Yeah, right. Oh, okay, never mind. Alright. Okay. How exactly do I want to finish this out? I guess the current way that I have it now, it sort of looks a bit more like how this reference has it, where the ends kind of look like scorpion stingers, if that makes any sense. Not sure if that's what I'm going for, although I guess it would kind of match with how the braids in the front kind of look, or how they end as well. Hello, Mr. Potatoes. How are you? Why are those eyes, those red eyes looking to my soul? You're right. That's good. I'm doing good. I'm also doing good. Doing more Blender stuff, working more on Blender as I do. Yeah, right. So yeah, so far all good. I don't wanna. I don't wanna do this. But yeah, how do you feel about Hades 2? Random question. Yes. Any good, any bad impressions on the game? Hmm. Whoops. Oh. Oh no. I think everything is good actually. Never mind. For a second, it looks like I was gonna disconnect again. Hmm. Sadly, it seems like I didn't end off on a really good topology. I don't know if adding subdivision here will fix that. I don't think so. Whoops. Oh, it actually does. Not very pretty loops, but it does make this into a loop, which should make things easier for this part. I think I should use a shrink wrap. Hold on. Whoops. Whoa. Oh wait, is that okay actually? Hold on. Feels like that's whoops. Hold on. I have clipping on. Maybe that's not helping. See what I'm looking. Okay, you're good. Like I said, if you want, exclamation mark join, um, puts you into the little game that's sort of at the bottom of the screen. If you want to do that, you don't have to do anything. It's kind of just like an idle sort of thing. That's kind of why it's there. Add a little bit of interaction, since a lot of the time I do spend the stream not saying much. Why does it look so different? Okay, that's a little better. Oh, you just type into the chat, exclamation mark join, and yeah, it has the game has Twitch integration, so if you do that, it automatically puts you into the game. You're like a little robot that helps out with the farm. There you go. And so yeah. Very nice. There you go. You wanted a plant. It's very nice. Very nice and simple Twitch integration. In my head, it sort of works like sort of how some videos nowadays sort of have a bit of like Subway Surfer on the side, sort of as a something you could play around with, some eye candy while I fluff about with Blender. But yeah, that's the honestly like one of the main reasons why I got it was for the Twitch integration. I think Twitch integration is really cool. I don't know if this area here has enough geometry to sort of, if I were to use the shrink wrap feature here, I don't know if there's enough points to grab onto to make it look good, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Alright. Let's see how that looks. So yeah, not the best. It looks very sharp, but that's just because of the, I guess, the reference that I was using. But that could easily be fixed. Anyway, we unlocked broccoli. I guess this area here is gonna be the broccoli section. Okay. And yeah, the points don't look very good because of that. Oh wait, there's still a level of shrink wrapping. Let me remove that. Whoops. I don't know if relaxing here is the right call. Might be better to space, especially since it seems like relaxing is sort of flattening things a bit. Although maybe it's... I might actually just be reshaping it to look maybe a little bit better. Alright, that kind of fixes up things a little bit. It kind of hooks to the I guess if we're looking at it forward, it looks to the right. So yeah, like I said, does that look good? Oh no, let me not leave that right now. It kind of sticks out a bit. I would like to sort of pull it a little bit underneath. If that makes any sense, like more like that. And maybe even pull this the specific point down a little bit. But yeah, like I said, She has 5 of these in the back of her head. So I will be um, duplicating them, maybe positioning things a little bit differently. Um, I could sort of inflate some areas of the hair, so some hairs are like maybe a bit bigger. Make them go in different directions. Maybe the point at the end. Hopefully, I should be able to just like grab the point and sort of just, whoops, wrong one. Move it to the left here. I don't know if that's entirely possible, but I'll see what I can do. Um, what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh, and like I mentioned, oh, I guess a couple days now. I guess my idea is I'm not sure which one's better, so I guess it's sort of like a trial and error sort of thing. But I'm not sure if I should add a bone to control the hair for each of the hair strands, or if I should just have one that controls all 5 and just sort of pose all 5 hairs in the sort of way that I want them to sort of be. I don't know. I feel like that'd be very stiff. But then again, also having like all 5 hair strands have like their own section of bones would be kind of annoying to also deal with. It's kind of like a bit of a, you know, toss up. Each have their own pros and cons. Which one's better, I guess. I don't know. There's some clipping issues there though, which I need to sort of pull the hair back a little bit so that that isn't the case. I mean, there's gonna be clipping issues regardless, I'm pretty sure. This is very long and very, uh, I don't know. It sticks out a lot. I'm gonna see if I could try to sort of get it to stay in this direction, but then again, we'll see. Hopefully I don't, I kind of don't want it to have too much clipping, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The less the better, I guess. But there's certain times where you can't really do much about the clipping. Okay, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. TBH. It's better than not having any hair, which... Ooh, what the fuck? Oh, that was weird. I made a copy of it and it was sort of like not moving. And instead sort of, it looked like it was getting crushed. Kind of like if it had a shrink wrap modifier on it or something like that. It was really odd. Yeah, whoa, I don't know what's going on. It seems like it's at some point it's not responding to my keybinds and stuff. It is now, obviously, but for a second there it wasn't. Very peculiar. Alright, so like that. And like I said, I want to edit each of the strands so they're like a tiny bit different from each other, just so that, you know, I feel like this sort of look is very repetitive, but there's a bit of an issue there. I did try to, whoops, I did try to move the hair to the right to sort of change the sort of way the point is facing, but it didn't seem to look too good. I'm gonna have to play around with that a little bit. Try to my best to make it look good as best as I can. But alright, hold on. Yeah. Give me one moment. I will be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom, BRB. Alright, I'm back. Sorry if it took a little bit long. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, before I started, I kind of was in the middle of eating something. By the time I already started it, and I didn't finish it, and I kind of just like started working and rambling about a bunch of different shit. So I didn't actually finish it until right now, I guess, I scoffed it down as fast as I could. So we are back. All right. So what are we doing? Let me play around with the farm a little bit. We unlocked a new big area that I can fill with more crop plots. Um, yeah. I guess the issue that I'm having with the crop plots is that is that an issue? Probably not. Wait, hold on. I have an idea. Okay, we're gonna put another whatever this is. What is this? Biofuel converter here. We need one biofuel bot, which should I put it there? Oh wait, no, I need a storage unit. And then underneath that I need a water well. I see, yeah. Sorry. I was just thinking. I did want a biofuel bot. But yeah, you can't rotate. As far as I know, you can't rotate the shape of the building for the bots. So I could only fit a harvest bot or a biofuel bot. Um, so yeah. I guess a harvest bot's better than a biofuel bot. So I'll put that down, and then I'll put a couple water bots there. And yeah, now I could start putting some more crop plots down. Alright. And then let me quickly replant all the crops that have finished being harvested, and then we'll go back to doing more blender stuff. Alright, cool. I guess the next building I want to get is Slate's Barn, since they can dig up fossils, apparently. Can I afford it? Oh, I can. Oh, but I can't build it because there's not enough room. But we could easily make some. Alright. Back to work. Sorry. Alright. Let me first I wonder if I'm able to sort of mirror the object on the sort of... Is x-axis the one I want to do it with? Oh, I think it is. Wait, is it? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. I wanted to mirror it off of the x-axis, so it's not the exact same. If that makes sense. Wait, hold on. Kind of want to redo this, whatever I did here. Alright, now let's do this again. I think I want to... I either want to move this so it points like backwards, or I want to move it so it points like inward. Because it is in the middle, so I think the way it looks like right now looks pretty good, with one of them pointing toward the left, and then the one on the right pointing towards the right, and then I assume the middle one pointing towards, like I said, either towards the character or away from the character. I think that make it look nice. But I'll do that afterwards. Right now I'm just sort of mapping out how it's gonna look, I guess. Oops. I don't know why I have proportional editing turned on there. So yeah, I don't want the hair to clip, and I guess it's also going to be an issue once I, whether or not, well, if I decide to choose each hair strand at the back has like its own separate bone, there's definitely going to be some clipping, I think. Um, so yeah, this is good. I wonder if I could just like use a mirror modifier or something, and just like, oh wait, hold on, yeah. I was just thinking this is gonna be a pain in the ass to texture. Maybe I don't know. Drawing all the little like individual lines of hair. I mean, I'm not gonna be. You know what I'm. Whatever. What am I saying? Anyway, I'll be adding little lines. Hopefully, it comes out looking good. I don't know though. Hmm. Yeah, I guess that's. I'll have to think about that because it is gonna be a bit of an issue. I guess making it look nice and clean. I could go the route of like I guess I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. I'll test some things out, but that's like towards the texturing, UV and wrapping sort of phase of things. I'm still not there yet. I'm about to be though. I think this is looking pretty good. Sickness, sickness, sickness. Very nice, very nice. I kind of like the way it looks like right now. I'm kind of sort of, I guess, a little bit afraid of messing around with certain strands of hair too much in sort of the fear of fucking something up. One thing I can do though is I could combine all these strands now and sort of just bring them together as sort of just the hair. Where is it? Let's see. Post. Back. Hair. Alright, give me one moment. I'll be right back. The dogs are barking and I'm gonna check what's going on. Here be. Alright, sorry, I'm back. It was just a delivery, but not for me. It was for the wrong house, actually. Well, alright. What was I saying again? Yeah. I'm a bit, I guess, sort of, um, yeah. I don't know how I feel about sort of going through and, saying what I said, like, literally a few bits ago. How I want to edit each of the hairs so they're a bit different. I could definitely do that with the bottom bits, although, to be fair, though, I kind of like how... I definitely want to edit the middle one. But all the other ones I'm kind of happy with. Um, but I also talked about how I could make some of the loops like a little bit bigger with inflation or something like that. Just so that they sort of, I guess, differ in size. But yeah, I don't know. This might actually be fine as it is. I like that. That was a very quick and simple fix, honestly. I mean, I'm gonna try it out. The reason why I grouped them all together was for that reason, because now I could just make a copy of it. And apparently there's already a post back here. Hold on, post back here. Oh, it's that. Okay. Oh, I'm probably gonna combine all the hair pieces, or at least most of the hair pieces, like definitely that piece and this piece here, and probably the back of the hair stuff. The front of the hair, I'm gonna keep it as its own separate stuff, though. Oh, it has a mirror modifier. I didn't notice. Sorry. I don't know who I was apologizing to. Oh shit. Whoops. Wait, what is this? Is the... Oh, it's this scalp, right? Yeah. Alright, that's fine then. I still think it's good to make the hair cover the scalp. It sort of gives me a bit of a... I guess, a guideline for how far the hair should go, I guess. I don't know if I'm making any sense in that regard. But basically, I don't want the hair to sort of grab onto the head too much, otherwise it starts to look a bit flat. I think I got distracted while working on this. I forgot what I was working on initially. But it's fine. I needed to fix that regardless. But honestly, I could actually combine all of these parts, I think. I just need to apply the mirror modifiers on some of these. Combine that with this, and then this with this one as well. Alright, let's try inflating it. Now, I could go about 2 routes with this. I think I might be able to use the... Well, actually, I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Using the inflate tool on the... on the sculpt tools. This could actually work, actually. The other route I was going to go was basically just using proportional editing, selecting like the middle loop here. Oh, I guess it's like everything, huh? I guess that's the issue with going that route. And then just scaling it up with proportional editing, using I think Alt S to inflate. This route might actually be better, because then I could just inflate the portions sticking out and not have to inflate everything, which would require me to sort of rearrange the hair a little bit. But yeah, the title was correct. I will be done with the hair today, and I could probably start UV wrapping. How's the farm doing? I wish I didn't have to manually tell this bot here to clean up the bees, harvest their nectar. Oh, I could afford a new bush actually, or I could unlock a new one. Black currant. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like bigger. It seems to be the exact same size as the as the last one. It's just more expensive. Also, this area got cleared. Very nice. Cool, cool, cool. We have new crop. New areas to plant some more crop. What do we need? We need more pumpkins. We need more spinach. Those are coming along, though. I wonder if there's a plant that we aren't currently focusing on that we might need later in the future. Nope. Okay. Then I could just plant random stuff then. I'm gonna plant I think it's that we need a lot of pumpkins in the future. So I'm just gonna use these 2 plots to just plant a shit ton of pumpkins. I need to upgrade these new bots. I think I still need to upgrade some of the old ones too. They're not fully upgraded yet. But, yeah. I won't let that distract me right now. Oh, wait, that's not what I wanted, sorry. Is there a way to... I'm facing only. Sorry, what was I saying again? I was just asking if there was maybe a way to make the grab, I guess, sort of work similar to proportional editing where it doesn't work unless they're connected. It doesn't affect any other things. I don't see an option for that though. I guess I could use like face masks? I think that's what it's called. Or face sets. Either way, it doesn't matter. I was just seeing if I could do some extra, I guess, like moving. But I don't need it. Yeah, I think that's it. With the back of the hair, it's probably like, I guess maybe a few things I can do to sort of improve it. I could probably also make like a normal map for it or something. But I don't think there's anything else I want to do with it. I think I ended up being pretty happy with how it looks at the moment. So yeah, very nice. I should be able to apply the mirror modifier on this. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I'm just gonna give it one quick look through to see what's up. But yeah, I should be able to apply. I asked that because I wanna join all these pieces together to organize. I wanna do some organizing now. Now that technically I'm done with the modeling process of the character. I'm still unsure whether or not I want to include the ghosts that sort of, I guess, she's able to spawn in. because I'm not sure how exactly that's gonna look, and if I want it, yeah, I had some issues with it sort of looking a bit dumb. But yeah, okay. So now that, yeah, like I said, we're basically done, let's start up the cleaning process. So I'm basically just going to be throwing stuff into the trash. And I think I might make some new collections in the body section for the post and pre time skip versions. I do want to kind of separate them so that I could be a bit more organized. However, the body is going to be the same for both versions. I think I'll keep the stuff that is going to stay the same for both versions, kind of outside of these collections. Like the shoes are going to be the same. Obviously, the eyes, the body. If I could think of anything else, the scalp is going to be the same for all of them. So yeah. So yeah, posts back here. That's going into the post. And I will sort of, I guess, preference them by referring to them as post or pre time skip to sort of make things a lot easier for me. Okay, so you guys can go. There's still some clipping with the shoe, but like I said, I think when I made them, I think the issue with the clipping is the foot and sort of size of the foot. I plan on sort of deleting most of the foot, at least like up to like maybe here or something. Everything below this points here are going to get deleted. Because it's just a waste of topology to have like, I mean, it's not that much topology, honestly. This entire part here makes up like, whoops. $3,000 trigs? That's not right. Yeah, it's not right. It's about like 200 if we're going off of the faces. 200 trigs. I think it says that because I have a subdivision surface on this object, but I don't plan on applying subdivision surface, so that's why it says 3,000. I assume. But it's about 200 trigs. Probably double 400 trigs for, you know, the other foot. But, you know, it's better off to delete it, I think, because otherwise it might cause clipping issues. And yeah, I mean, it'd be very easy to sort of, if I wanted to keep the foot, all I had to do was sort of just go into here and use proportional editing to sort of squish the foot into the shoe. But I'm not going to do that, like I said. What am I doing again? Sorry. But this belt, this is pre-belt. Pre-belt. Belt accessories. These are pre-belt accessories. Belt accessory number 1. Okay, these are more belt accessories. We have the cape, which is also pre. Oops, spelled that wrong. The crown and the crown accessories, which is both pre as well. This dress, I believe, is the one before we did the retopology, so I can go in the trash. Post high. Oh, these are the hats. 2 different hats, because one of them is the sort of low poly version, and the other one is, I guess, a more high poly version that will sort of, I guess, be baking the stuff into. Although it seems like there's a bit of a, I wonder if it's because of the Sorry, what am I saying? Because of the not shrink wrap, subdivision, that it kind of doesn't look like it falls in the same place, but it also seems like I think I did some editing to the hat. So I might have to go in and redo the, I guess, like low poly version of the hat, because it does seem like I sort of shifted some points around. Maybe I sort of brought this up a bit more or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'll have to check that out. I'm pretty sure. Wait, hold on. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, like, I'm pretty sure the high poly hat is exactly the same as the low poly hat, just with a subdivision surface modifier on it. But no, there's definitely like some extra points here. I'll have to check that out afterwards. Okay, so yeah. The body is going to be the same for both of them. The roses, I name this post roses. I wonder how many points the roses are going to take. I feel like they're going to take a bit because there's a shit ton of them, and there's also a subdivision surface modifier applied to them as well, because without it, it kind of looks a bit too choppy for my liking. This is called Shirt 02, but what happened to Shirt 01? Did I throw it in the trash or something? Maybe. But the fact that it's here means that it is the shirt that... Whoops, I hit a keybind. Is the shirt that I want to use for her. So I'll keep it. What else? Shoes could stay. The skirt is a pre-time skip version. The umbrella could stay because both versions use the same umbrella, and then the watch is a post time skip version. Okay, that's all organized. Now for the hair. There is obviously, I believe this hair is the pre-time skip version bangs. There are two different versions of the bangs. I think actually that's one thing I think I still need to do. Hold on. Yeah, the bangs for the post version have not been given like some separations, if that makes sense. What is this called again? I don't even know. I haven't played around with them enough. Ow. And honestly, I have to apply the mirror modifier to do that. And once I do that, I can combine all the hair into one object. Which would be nice. But yeah. This is a hair accessory. This is the ponytail mesh. Okay, that could go in the trash. That could go in the trash. That could go in the trash. Oh yeah, all this spiral stuff. This is the original spiral stuff. This looks terrible compared to what I guess have now. So I'm very happy with that. What is this? Bezier. Oh, I think this is the shape of the curve. That could go in the trash. This circle here is... This is to position the roses, I believe, so that could go in the trash as well. What is this empty? Oh, I guess the empty could go in the trash too. This is the shape of the hair that can go in the trash. This cylinder helped out with the hair that could go in the trash. Got a meta rig, which we could keep for now. That was to make the ruffles. That's going in the trash. And then this is a copy of the hair, I believe, before the modifications? Or is this with the modifications? Hold on. Oh yeah, this is pre-modifications because it's a lot less it sticks out a lot less. Okay, yeah. So that could go in the trash as well. I have their hold on. I have what's it called? This Oh, these are for the ghosts. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I was gonna say like there's a collection here that I don't remember. It says accessories, but this is for the ghosts. Ghost body, ghost head, ghost mouse, ghost tongue. Like I said, I don't know what I want to do with the ghosts. I don't know if I want to include them or not. I'm sort of debating whether or not I should include them with the sort of VTubing version, but not include them with the VR chat version, because I think it'd look a bit dumb with the VR chat version, because I can't, like, move them, I guess. I guess maybe you might be able to animate it, but that's something that I don't know how to do yet. That's, I guess, something I should add to my list of things I want to learn. But, what was I saying? So yeah, if I were to add it into the sort of VR chat version, then they'll be completely stationary and sort of just hover, follow you pretty much in a singular position, and I think that'd look kind of dumb. I think it'd look a lot better in a sort of VTubing setting because, you know, you're not moving around at all, pretty much. Or if you are moving around, I guess you're moving around very minimally. Okay, what is this? Another version of the spirals. I hate it. It looks ugly. I'm glad I went with the way I have it now. Spiral. Another spiral. Another spiral. I used a lot of spirals to try to nail down the, I guess, the sort of position that I wanted. And top hair one. This is not the one, right? I'm not sure if this is the one that I ended up keeping in the end. Hold on, let me check. Oh, I think it is, actually. It looks kind of ugly. So I was kind of surprised. But yeah, I guess that is the right one. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, that's the umbrella. Add that real quick. I think I might want to sort of use some proportional editing to make this go back a bit, because I think I talked about this last time I looked at this hair piece. It kind of doesn't look the best, at least in the back part of the hair, or I guess back part of this part here. It kind of looks too straight, if that makes any sense. I feel like it should be a bit more rounded, and it's kind of lacking that. Maybe that's a little better. So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do in terms of like I guess gaming today. We could do we produced 25,000 biofuel across all farms. Very nice. Um, we could do what we've been doing for the last bit now, which is playing Wild Assault, which has been fun. We could play some Helldivers potentially. Now that the whole like PSN drama is like pretty much, I think, over and done with. We won. I think that looks better. So I could do that. And yeah, and like I mentioned, Hades 2? Question mark? I don't know. Okay, so we have the meta rig. We have. Oh wait, let me hide this. We have Ruffle 1, Ruffle 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which all of these are going in the trash. Now, before we continue, I do want to look into the trash to sort of see what there is. Oh god, look at all the trash. We have like the full body, different versions of the head, a shit ton of versions of the hair, the crown. Very interesting to look at all the trash. I guess now would be a good time to delete the trash now that I'm done, question mark, with it. Like I don't need it anymore, I think. I guess one reason why I would want to keep it is in case I want to use some parts to create normal maps with, but I don't think there's anything here that I could potentially use for that. Lockout body. I'll probably keep this. It's really good to keep this, I think, for future references, because I will be using this. I like the way, what's his name again? Brian? Bran? I'm really glad he made that tutorial, because I really like doing his style of making the body. I think it, at the end of the day, looks really good. And works really good when it comes to rigging and all that nonsense. But yeah, if there's any time to sort of delete all the things in the trash can, I guess now would be the time. So I'm going through and checking each of the things in the trash to see if there's anything here that's, I guess, potentially valuable that I may or may not want to keep. Oh, we can look at the lenses. Oh, this is Shiro 1. Oh, I see, okay. So Shiro 1 is the same as Shiro 2, but without the extra extrusions along the hands. You have a bunch of different shoe versions. Alright, yeah, I'm pretty sure I could delete it. What I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm probably going to make an incremental save and then delete, so that I still have access to these if I really need them. But do I? Probably not. Oh shit, wait, hold on. Okay, well there's already one mistake there with deleting the trash. It messed up the roses. Good thing I checked it out before I did that. That could have been bad. Let's see if it fucks up anything else. Like, I don't think I applied... Oh, maybe I did, actually. Okay, it seems like I did. The accessories stuff. Want to make sure I applied that. But yeah, okay. Before I delete the trash, I do need to do this first. I do want to make a copy of it, just in case. Just so I could sort of compare how it, because look at that, that is 20k trigs in the roses alone. I definitely have to, I think, go in here and do some reductions in some way, because that is a lot. And I think, hold on, let me see. I want to see like how much one of these roses is, but it's not as simple as me just clicking L, because each rose is a petal, has a shit ton of petals, and they're not connected in any way. But I guess I could still do it. So yeah, one rose is 720 faces. Or I guess, what is that? 1,400 about trigs. And then we do that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? 14 times? That is a lot. It's no coincidence that it's about 20k trigs. So I wonder if I could do something with the original roses to help reduce that trig count. I'm not sure. Because it definitely needs the subdivision, otherwise it looks too choppy. I wonder if maybe if I switch it to... Okay, yeah, that's how it normally looks like. It looks very choppy. And this looks a lot better. But yeah, I don't think I could do much to reduce it. I mean, I could probably go into each of the petals, and maybe try to delete like every second loop cut or something like that. Which might reduce it a bit. But yeah, I mean, I'll keep both versions. For now, let me... What does it use? Circle O2. So I'll remove Circle O2 from the trash for now. Alright, let me try deleting the trash again. Hopefully this time there should be no breakages due to that. So yeah, the post looks fine. Pre looks fine. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So we'll keep that around for now until until I get to the roses, and then I'll sort of have to figure out how exactly I want to sort of reduce the sort of the sort of trade count. Because 20k trigs for an accessory on a hat is definitely not very good. So I'll see what I can do. Let me take a drink. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. It's nice to sort of run through, I guess, my thought process. How's the farm doing? We unlocked a couple of new crops we can plant. One of them being, what is this, red cabbage, and the other being red chili. So we'll have to add those to our list of things to plant. I think I might kick potatoes out of the loop and replace it with something else. I don't think I need potatoes anymore. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. So actually, I'll make this crop plot the chili. Alright, what else do I need? I wonder if we'll be able to afford this guy. Can we? 300, 10k. Yeah, we can. Cool. So this guy apparently will be able to dig up fossils. I don't really know what that means or how that's going to work out, but it does sound interesting. So yeah, like I said, or I don't know if I said this at all, but there are other farms you can make. I wonder how they differ from the original. You couldn't pick them at the start. I assume you have to unlock them or something. And at least, hopefully, they provide like a bit of a different play style, I guess. Although, not much of a play style. It's literally like an idle game. Oof. Sorry, I was stretching. Alright. So yeah, we are done with the back of the hair. Now we are moving on to unwrapping. So I'm gonna remove the ghost just because. So our to-do list. We unwrap, we texture, we create normal maps. I think I'll move create normal maps before texturing because I think that makes the most sense. After normal maps, I can rig, I can waypaint, shape keys for expression and props, and then finally Unity, move it to Unity so that we can move it to VR chat and VTubing. VTubing most likely being Warudo. Although, did I do this in the last one? I'm not exactly sure. With Medusa, I believe I did. I'm because with Warudo you could use a VRM file, but you could also use a .warudo file. So I think I created both because obviously, like, you could only use .warudos inside of Warudo. But you can use VRMs anywhere. And so yeah, I think I made both. Even though I didn't post them anywhere, I think it's important to make both since I think VRMs are more accessible. You could use it in a lot more programs. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just like reading these. I don't really need this anymore because I already added everything I wanted to add. Now, expressions. I didn't really note down a lot of the expressions, which is a bit of a shame because I I kind of deleted the where I was watching this show. I could easily bring it back, so it's like whatever. But yeah, I need to figure out some expressions at some point. Let me see if I can bring it back. Hold on. It might autoplay, which if it does, I'll try to mute it or something. Alright, before we begin unwrapping, what else is going on? I don't know. Ooh, sorry. VR chat is apparently having an iOS closed beta. You could apply for it now. That'd be interesting. I wonder how that's gonna work. Having VR chat on your phone. Very bizarre. Ooh. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Bum 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 bum. Ugh. Hmm. Sorry, I kind of got like a bit distracted. Now that I'm, I guess, done with the modeling process, I kind of am winding down a bit, even though we're not done yet. All right, UV editing. I guess I need to sort of think about a little bit of how things are going to be organized, so I could start in my head, I guess, organizing the UVs a little bit. It makes sense for all the pre and post time skip stuff to sort of go together. Hold on, let me pull something real quick. Um, the shoes are shared by both outfits, similar to how Medusa worked, where where what was I gonna say? The sort of accessories that she had also were shared by both. So I'm gonna quickly check to see where I grouped that specifically. I mean, the shoes are a lot bigger than just like the bracelets that I had for her. So it probably will be a bit different, but I still want to check. Yeah, because they weren't paired with the body, or the doctor outfit, or the witch outfit. Or actually, were they? Oh no, they were with the witch outfit. All right, that makes sense. Then I'll probably pair the boots up with the uh with the pre-time skip version, since I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of stuff. I'm gonna have to fit a lot more with the post-time skip version. There's a lot more I feel like there, especially with all the like the ruffles with the dress, and as well as with the roses. There's a lot of petals. I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle that. Okay, sorry, let me put this back on screen. Oh, look! There's a fossil. How does the fossil thing work? What? When did this get added? Animals, cows, and swine, pigs. Oh, they cost fossils. Oh, okay. Wait, where is he? Where are you? Oh, there he is. Oh, okay, so he's just like... Oh, he looks cool. I like the backpack he has. He's just going around hitting fossils. It seems like it takes quite a bit of time. Although maybe that's because I have focus mode on. And that kind of, apparently it doubles the amount of time that things take to do things, I guess. Just so I don't have to pay attention too much with stuff. Okay. So you can buy cows and pigs, with fossils. At the moment, we have, what is that, 8 dirt and 1 fossil. We could buy animal feeders, a small area with a feeding trough. We can buy a feeder bot, which carries crops to a feeding trough. We could buy a water bot, collects animal waste. Oh, no, it's not water bot, sorry, waste bot. We can buy a fertilizer bot, which fertilizes soil with animal waste. How big is that? Oh, God. My farms are not made to sort of have these new bots in place. And then there's a fertilizer facility which stores animal waste and converts it into fertilizer. Cool. There's just like a giant subset of new bots and things that I could potentially add to my farm. I feel like at some point I need to sort of accrue a bunch of biofuel and money. Because I guess I'm gonna have to sort of reorganize some things to make sure all these bots fit. There isn't a lot of room though, that's the issue. I guess I could replace one of the water bots in these rows here with a fertilizer bot. And then the feeder and waste bot can go. I assume I'm gonna have the animals like around here, similar to where with the berry bushes. Because why not? But yeah, anyway, I need 7 fossils to do that, so it's gonna take me a while. Let's get back to unwrapping. Okay. The body is going to go into its own object. Its own, UV. The head is going to go into its own UV. Let me bring back the references so I can look. Hold on. Specifically at the faces to see if there's anything important about the faces. She seems to have, lipstick in the pre-time skip version. I don't know if she has that in the post. Hold on. She does. I don't think it's as pronounced as it is in the pre-time skip version. In the pre-time skip version, you could see the very defined, like, I guess, like, lips. And in the post-time skip version, her mouth appears a lot smaller. But in this one, it looks the same. So I think I might just, like, keep it the same. In the post-time skip version, she also has a tattoo on her arm, which looks like, a bat. You can't see that obviously in the pre-time skip version because she's wearing a shirt over where I guess you would see that. So I'll add it regardless. I'm trying to see if there's any differences between the two versions, which at the moment doesn't seem to be, which is a good thing. I guess the only issue is that my initial plan was I wasn't going to duplicate the the sort of, I guess, area that would be the leg, like this, to make her, I guess, like, what are these, like, leggings or something? The stripes on her legs. Because I was initially going to paint them on. But the issue with that now is that she doesn't seem to have that with her post time skip version. So I guess it's a bit of an issue with, like, if I just paint that on straight onto the body, then you'll be able to see that on the post time skip version. Whereas if I just duplicate it and make it into pants, a separate object, then it won't be an issue because then I could just hide it. Um, Let me pull up the dress. Like, I think it's fine because you won't be able to see it too much. Although I don't know. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much. But I guess this is sort of kind of like how I wanted the doctor version of Medusa to not have the tattoos on her arms, while I wanted the witch version to have the tattoos on her arms. How did I do that? I don't think I did it, did I? I think in the VR chat version and the VTune version, I just used the one with the tattoo because I didn't know how to switch the material. I guess, like, in game or whatever. So I guess I could do that. I don't think it matters too much. Then again, like, who's gonna be looking up her skirt? And also, if I were to do that, then I won't have to remove the legs. Because I was sort of contemplating whether or not I should remove the legs, because the skirt is long enough that it goes all the way down to her shoes. But then I could just keep her legs and just sort of keep the stripes. And honestly, if you see that and you're like, ooh, she doesn't have stripes in the post, then I think you're a bit of a weirdo. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. The dogs are barking yet again. Let me check what they're barking about. Alright, I'm back. Let's look at the farm real quick. Very nice. We're at 10 fossils, so we can't afford an animal. If we so choose to have one. There's a lot of color variations, it's very nice, and I assume they're all the same. they all do the same thing, they're just a little bit of decorative coloring. You can have pig pink, or you can have the pink pig with polka dots on the back. Okay. What's going on? Oh yeah, let me pull up the notepad so I could write my ideas down. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna forget. Okay, UV maps. Okay, we're gonna have one for the body, which will be the entire body. I'm probably going to delete the legs, but I won't include that. One for the face, obviously. Have those two separated. The face... I do have the eyes as its own separate thing. I wonder what I should do with that. Oh, you know what? I was gonna do something special with the eyes. So yeah, I'm gonna have the eyes in its own separate UV, or I think they might already be unwrapped. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, they're already unwrapped. But the eyes are gonna be like their own separate thing. Because of something I want to do with the eyes that's a bit different. So what were they saying? Body, head are separate. The face will contain the teeth and tongue. And so yeah, and then the scalp will go into one of the hairs. I don't know which exactly. Probably the pre-time skip hair, because there's a lot less hair going on there. As opposed to, I guess, the post, which has a lot of hair. What is this? What am I selecting? The scalp? Oh, the scalp has apparently a shrink wrap modifier that isn't applied. I'm just going to delete that. It wasn't working regardless. Okay, so for the pre-time skip, I assume we're going to have the hair separated. So we're going to have the bangs, and the ponytail, and the pre-top hair, as well as the scalp. So let me write that down. So pre-hair, which will include the bangs, ponytail, scalp, and top hair. I guess the goal is to try to fit all of this together into one UV. I could maybe have the hair accessory with the hair as well. Let's do that. Hold on, let me... Oh, no, it's fine, actually. So, yeah. But the crown... the crown accessory, the belt with all of its accessories, the cape, the shirt, and the skirt, and the shoes. Hopefully, I should try to fit them all into one UV map. So this is going to be the pre-clothing, which, like I said, will include crown and accessories, belt and accessories, shirt, what did I call it again? Cape, skirt, shoes. I think that's everything, right? I don't know where exactly I want to put the umbrella. Maybe I should try to fit it in with the clothing, because otherwise I don't know exactly where else to put it. The post time skip stuff has a lot of stuff as well. I'm gonna put maybe umbrella, if possible. I have to see, because I do want to get the design of the underside of the umbrella down, and I feel like that's gonna take up a lot of room because of how, I guess, like how precise I have to be. Although maybe not that precise, if I'm being honest. We'll see. Maybe umbrella. Okay. So let's hide those, and let's hide the umbrella. Okay. Oops. So that's all the pre-stuff down. Now the post stuff. Now the post stuff, similar to the pre-stuff, I want to combine all the hair stuff. So the back and the bangs. Oh, there doesn't seem to be that much stuff here, actually. But it is quite big and stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Post hair, which includes the back hair and the bangs. Then there's the post clothing, which will include the hat, the roses, the dress, and the watch. That doesn't seem like a lot. And the dress is actually quite simple because it's only just black and white, black and white, black and white. The only thing that kind of needs detail is the top of the dress, because it has a little bit of a design. The clock, I do plan on adding some of the details of the clock during the texturing. The hat, again, it doesn't have much detail. It's just black with like maybe some red coloring underneath. The roses are all white. So you know what? I should maybe move the shoe to the post, and maybe the umbrella too. I feel like that might fit better, since there's a lot less detail going on with the post. It seems like, because the pre-version has like the shirt has a design in the front, the skirt has a design in the front. I also plan to add the ruffles at the ends here using texturing. So there is a lot. It is a bit different. So yeah. So we'll include the shoes and the umbrella with the post time skip, and I think that's it. So let's hide that, as well as that and that, and yeah, that's it. So we're at the end of the day, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 UV maps. I don't know if that's a good thing to have that many. I don't remember how many Medusa had. I feel like that's a lot, but then again, I don't know. So yeah, the body will have one. The face will have that one, which will also contain the teeth. The eyes will have one. Because I plan to have I'll see what I have an idea for the eyes. I need to sort of test it out how exactly it's gonna work, but it should work nonetheless. The hair needs to have its own UV map because I need to add a lot of the detail by drawing it in. Um, so the pre-time skip and the post-time skip hair need to have their own UV maps, and then obviously we have the pre-clothing and the post-clothing, which have their own set of stuff. Um, yeah, I don't know. 7 does feel like a lot. I wonder. I need to like sort of look back at the at Unity to see if they care about the amount of UV maps I'm going to be having. Because I guess each UV map will have like a material tied to them, I guess. And I think with Medusa, I was sort of pushing it a bit with the amount of materials that I had. I'll think about it. Like I said, I'm gonna do the I've always done the face and body having their own separate UVs. I think that's how Genshin does it as well. The body and the face share are in different UVs. It's just so that the face can have more detail. Um, but yeah, I'm sort of contemplating whether or not I should combine the pre and post clothing, and maybe even the hairs too, and just have them all in. Instead of 4, it could only be 2. I'll have to think about it once I get there. I guess it kind of depends. Like I said, the post time skip clothing doesn't need that much detail. So maybe, but we'll have to see. I'll need to check. Anyway, sorry. It is 7, which means that I can, instead of doing the whole unwrapping stuff, lol, I can move on to playing like a game or something. Um, is this already like pre-sliced for me? If that makes sense. Oops. Looks like it is. Nice. Okay. Yeah, sorry, like I was saying, I could go on and play a game now if I so wanted to. Don't know if I do. Hold on, let me put up the shoes. Hold on, let me bring up Medusa. I want to... I want to have similar UVs, I guess. Which one are you guys seeing? Okay, yeah, you guys are seeing Perona. But like I said, I don't know what game to play. I guess Hades, if I were to get Hades 2, would be an excuse to play that game. Which is why I'm sort of leaning towards getting it. Not only because I like roguelites, and because it is a new game, so it's kind of like the talk of the town, or whatever. But, yeah. At the moment, like I said, I don't know too much about what games to play, I guess. So, it would give me, like, a solid game to play. Okay. So it's down there, and then they run a line all the way down to the wrist, which seems to... Oh yeah, the hand. I copied and pasted the hand, I believe, from Medusa. Or did I? Maybe. I don't know. Either way, the hand seems to be already unwrapped. I think the only part that isn't unwrapped is the nails. Which I guess I need to go in here and sort of unwrap. Sorry if the Blender screen looks a little bit odd. I do have um, I do have both Blender screen, the Medusa one and the Perona one, side by side. So you know, it sort of shrunk them down, and it looks a little bit weird on OBS, probably on your guys' end. I can't really. I've tried to sort of fix that so I could do the whole, not one monitor. Well, I mean, I do have one. You know what I mean. One. One Blender file taking up like one part of the screen, and potentially like I don't know, like a YouTube video or something else taking up the other one. I couldn't make it work. Sorry, this nail isn't very like symmetrical. I also can't really see the chat when I'm doing this, so I apologize if I am unresponsive. It seems like parts of the hand got unwrapped, but not everything. Very odd. So, is that a good place to cut it? Maybe like here instead, actually. I think that's it, right? Like I said, this entire section here of the leg is going to get deleted. I could probably do it now, but I won't. The legs have been cut off. The front and back of the body has been separated. They have one on the back of the neck, or around the neck, sorry. Oh, right, yeah, here. I need to have one there. to fully disconnect the front and back. Yeah, that'll disconnect the front and back, making them separate. Whoops. Sorry, I was clicking between two different Blender files, and on one of them I was trying to save on the Perona one, but since I selected the other one, I was saving on that one accidentally. Okay, let's look at the face actually. I need a... I mean, usually I would do a cut around the eyes, but I don't really need that for this version. Wait, hold on. And then, last but not least, the ear. I believe the ear is separated. At least I did for the Medusa one. Is there anything else I need to break apart for the face? I don't think so. I think that's it. So yeah, I guess I could try to unwrapping it now. But oh, I guess hold on here. Now I can see exactly if there's any errors. What is this? Well, that's the shoe. Okay, that doesn't. I mean the foot. That doesn't matter. What does matter is this part though. I need to add a cut here. I think here is fine. Alright. It seems like I missed a cut here. Hold on. Where's that? Oh yeah, here we go. Alright, there we go. So we have the finger, which doesn't look the best. Oh, actually, it's fine. That one looks fine. Looks fine. Face. Ear. Oh wait, let me turn on, where is it? Display area. Okay, so yeah, the ear is pretty tight, but then again, there's not much detail you need for the ear. I don't know if I need any detail for her ear. I guess like sort of defining the inside of it is about like what I need, but other than that, not much else, not much other detail is needed for the ear. These are the nails. Obviously, this is not it. Like I said, I want to separate the face, so that's going to go into its own separate UV map. As well, I want to apply the mirror modifier first before I start making the UV map as well. Right now, I'm just sort of putting the seams in, because once I apply the mirror modifier, then it will do the whole seam stuff, you know. It will also have the seams. I guess one thing that I didn't really think about / consider too much is if I'm able to delete anything. I think I should be able to delete like from like maybe mid chest all the way down to like maybe mid hip. The entire like, oh wait, no, I don't think I can't I? Oh no, I can't because she shows her stomach. So maybe I might be able to like mid chest to like the start of the waist, maybe. I can't delete the legs because I'm going to paint them uh, into the stripes. Um, so actually, this is probably like the first model that I'm probably going to keep most of the initial model intact because I can't really delete much of anything. The arms are showable in the post time skip, so I can't delete them. Like I said, the legs are going to be painted. You'll be able to see her stomach, so I can't delete that. You have to be able to see a bit of her chest from the dress, so I can't delete all of that like I did with Medusa. So yeah, I might have to keep everything. And if not everything, then I'll be deleting like a very small section of her body. But obviously her feet are going. That's probably the only part that is a guarantee to be deleted. Interesting. Alright, so the body's done being remashed. I need to remesh the scalp, the teeth, and the umbrella. The teeth, they have a subdivision surface as well as a mirror modifier. How's the farm doing? Before we continue. I think, by the looks of things, I won't be playing the game today. I'm going to probably spend until probably 8. Spend all my time doing UV unwrapping, marking out the scenes and stuff. And we'll see if we'll play a game tomorrow. I still don't know if I will get Hades 2. I don't know. It is a cool game, but I'm not really like super pressed on getting it right now. And of course, I will be checking out Manor Lords in my free time. I'll see if I could try to do it by tomorrow. I think there's a few people that I watch occasionally that have played it, so I'll probably check that out. See them play it, see a playthrough of that. Probably motivate me to get it maybe. I don't know. But yeah, farm going out good. I need to figure out how I'm going to set up the whole animal thing, since yeah, animals, I need to add them at some point, and I need to figure out exactly where I want to put them. I think I want to finish building out all the buildings first before I plan for animals. So I still have a couple buildings. I think we'll probably go for this one next, since this one's probably more important than farm statistics. Although farm statistics might help me optimize better. But I probably will still build that one last. Either way, I need to get more biofuel, which I think we're working pretty hard on. It's coming along. We're back to 3,500, so it is going good. Okay, so yeah, let's continue working for at least like another 30 minutes, and then I might call it quits for today. Oops. So I'm looking at the Medusa model, seeing how I unwrap teeth and the tongue. Alright, the tongue, I believe I unwrapped similar to how you unwrap a cube. Oops, that's definitely not how it's supposed to look. Okay, hold on. Okay, that I believe that looks weird, but once I apply the mirror modifier, it should look a lot more normal. I mean, I could probably test it out, right? Or just do that. But yeah, it ends up looking like how it would look like if you were to unwrap a cube. So yeah, that's all good. Okay, teeth is done. Scalp should literally just be like that. Even when I apply the mirror, it should still just be flat on its face. You shouldn't be able to see the scalp. It's just there for, like, I guess, sort of protection, so you don't see the inside of her head. Umbrella. How am I gonna do the umbrella? I do want to... Hold on, wait. Let me look at the umbrella again. Yeah, okay. I want to separate the... Wait, what the fuck? Oh, it seems like it's gonna be very annoying to select... Oh, wait, hold on. I don't want that. But sorry, what was I saying? I'm gonna separate the, I guess, sort of part that you can see versus the underside. Because the underside has to have that sort of spider web-esque sort of look. And I think I'm going to be using the topology to sort of help me draw out the sort of spider web looking thing, because that's exactly what it looks like. If you look at the reference, it basically just looks like the topology of the umbrella. Also, this umbrella has seams, or not seams, sorry, marks of sharpness. I assume that's has something to do with the whole uh, shade smooth stuff, especially the newer one that kind of adds this sort of stuff, which is very annoying. I don't know how people feel about that. I haven't actually like heard too much about it. To be honest, I don't really watch Blender related content, so it's not like I am in the loop when it comes to what people are saying about Blender. The only occasional mention of like what's going on with the geometry notes pops up on my For You page, but that's because I follow like a few a few people that mainly focus on GeoNode stuff. That's about it. I don't know too much about like anyone. I should probably follow some VTuber model creators. I think I follow Reinhardt. Is that I don't know how to say her name. I'm pretty sure it's how you say her name, but I might be wrong about that. Reinhardt. Oh yeah, these not connected. They should be, right? Oh wait, I don't think they are connected. Oh. What is this? Oh, it's that. Okay. Well, actually, these are flat, right? Oh yeah. Oh, okay. They just looked weird because they were like so close to each other. Okay, so that's fine. What's stopping this from just having a line straight down the middle? Or I guess that's not straight down the middle. I guess that's more straight down. It doesn't look like it's. At some point, it starts to not go straight down the middle. Oh, I think it's because it's looping back. Hold on. I don't know if I need to add more loop cuts there. Oh wait, is that just empty? Oh, I assumed there was a face there, but I guess not. Let's see how that looks like unwrapped. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe like splitting it off here. Or actually, look, hold on. That does. Okay, so over here it goes from gray to red, and then it goes back to white, and then it stays red. Wait, what? Oh, did I accidentally clear this? I guess I did. I don't understand why it turns out like this instead of like really like coils in on itself for some reason. I don't understand why. Hold on, I want to test something out. I want to see how that looks like. So yeah, it looks like that. For some reason, I might maybe have to add like a loop cut down the middle or something. Like here. To just sort of like separate the two to maybe... Yeah, because then that looks like that. But then, I don't understand why this looks like this. Why is this so like weirdly shaped? When it technically should be this part here, right? Is it because of this corner here? Oh, wait, there's... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, I might not need this seam here, then. It seems like it was missing a seam, which doesn't make much sense, because I'm pretty sure I just did Alt Select, or Alt Click, but it still ended up like that. Either way, it's fixed now. It looks a lot better. So, I assume this is the underside? Yeah. Well, that's good then. Okay. So yeah, I'll be using that to draw out the sort of detail. The top side does also have a bit of detail. It has the eyes on top. Which, yeah, are just basically circles. So that shouldn't be too hard. Ooh, sorry, I'm stretching. Okay, umbrellas are done. I mean, umbrella. Next is the shoes. Right now, I'm just unwrapping them all. And then after I'm done unwrapping them all, I will start working on grouping them together. But for now, I'm doing, like, I guess, quote-unquote, the easy part. Once I actually start unwrapping and, I guess, in afterwards texturing. That's, I think, when I get into the sort of more difficult part. Should I replace radish? With what, though? I could just make it a communal plot. Oh, server connection timed out for a moment there. Let's remove radish. And I'm just going to add red cabbages, because it seems that we're going to need a lot more red cabbages than we currently have right now. Oh, that reminds me. While I was scrolling through Twitter, I think, like, I don't know if it was yesterday or like the day before yesterday or the day after yesterday, but I saw someone post that there is an option inside of Twitch where if the stream were to disconnect, if I'm able to connect back in, like, I think it's like 15 seconds or something like that, the VOD will not be split into multiple parts, and instead you will see a sort of like graphic that, like, oh, something happened, I disconnected. I turned that on, so hopefully, even though I do have some stability problems with my internet, it will no longer cost me the sort of grief of my VODs being split into a shit ton of parts. And instead it'll just be filled with a bunch of whoops, something happened, something fucked up, um, wait a little kind of graphic. So at the end of the day, all is good, I think. I sort of just forgot about that until recently. I mean, it doesn't really matter to you guys, but to me it's very important because the whole bot splitting stuff really sucks. Oh, 1 second. I need to feed my turtle. She's making commotion because she's hungry. BRB real quick. Alright. So I'll see if I can try to do the boots today, but after the boots I think I might call it. And then we'll continue with the whole process. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is going to be unwrapped just straight up. Well, what the fuck is all this? Oh, I unwrapped everything apparently. That's fine. But yeah, this is pretty much staying still as is because it is just a flat piece. Oh, I should probably do it on the back. Hold on, so you don't see the seams. Wait, what the hell? Oh, I was gonna say, like, it looks different from the other ones. That's still crazy. Oh wait, I think I might just hold on. Yeah, that looks pretty good, right? They're still joined together, which is what I would want. Wait, what the hell? This buckle has one of this seam over here deleted, but the other ones don't. Why don't I do that with all of them? That was weird. That's weird. But it's fine. So yeah, there we go. All of the 3 buckles. Whoops. Whoops. Where the fuck did the shoes go? Anyway, I think I might also add some. I don't know. Like I said, I don't feel like this used to be an issue before. I think the update, whatever's going on here with this shoe. I know that this is probably most likely caused by, I guess, sort of um lack of vertexes in these areas, but like I still feel like this definitely wasn't an issue um beforehand. I'm hoping that when I start texturing it, it won't be an issue, and it's just how it looks like right now. Hold on, but it definitely does look weird. I mean, I could probably add a lot more loop cuts here to sort of, I guess, round it out a bit. If I so wanted to. Whoops. Especially with the straps, but then again, I don't know. The option is there. Oh, this looks a lot better now. Very nice. And now I need to figure out how I'm going to unwrap this heel here. Is there anything that I need to take note of with the heel? Like, is the bottom of it like a different color? It looks like it is a different color. I don't think I have any like shots of like the underside of her shoe. Why would I? I don't think that's something that you'd even see very much. Although she was flying quite a bit in one of the episodes, so yeah, you'd probably be able to see the bottom of her shoe. It does seem to be a different color though, so I might break this shoe apart by separating the bottom of it like that. And then I could leave it like that. All of this is like one solid color, right? So I should be able to leave it like this. And even though it is like kind of stretched out a bit, it's all gonna be red. Then again, I could also just like come in here and sort of add a seam line here. But the issue with doing this is that it will split the shoes into two separate bits, which is fine. But when I apply the mirror modifier, that means it's going to be 4 of these parts of the shoe, and so maybe keeping it into one like solidified section might be better. Anyway, the shoe's done, and I guess that's means that I'm done. Well, so tomorrow we will work on more unwrapping stuff. We'll start off with most likely the pre-time skip because, you know, I guess we're working in chronological order, if you want to look at it that way. The pre-time skip stuff, which you can see here, involves the skirt. I need to think about how I want to do this skirt. Sorry, I just started thinking. Because like I said before, this section down here, this like extruded section here, is for the ruffles that are here. So instead of me making these out of geometry, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to paint them, and then I'm going to use a transparent, or, you know, alpha out the rest of the geometry here. And I'm going to do the same for the shirt, and as well for the collar. The collar also has that same thing, where it gets extruded a little bit more. And I think that's it. But yeah, skirt, belt, and all three of its, or all two of its accessories, the shirt, the cape with its bow, and then the crown with its accessory, and then obviously we have the hairs that I need to do. Wonder how that's gonna work. And then we'll move on to the post version, the post time skip version. So yeah, exciting stuff. And then after we're done unwrapping it all, I will start packing it all into the UVs that I've sort of mapped out already, the UV maps that I've mapped out. And yeah, after that we could begin baking normal maps. We could begin texturing. We could begin rigging. Exciting stuff. We're reaching, I guess, sort of the end, kind of. It's still very early to say that, but you know, I don't know. We've gone past the entire modeling process, so now we're going into, like, in my mind, sort of like the kind of the end stuff. What you do once you're reaching the end of making a model. But it's still a lot to do, obviously. I wonder why we haven't used any of the lettuce. We have a shit ton of lettuce. We haven't used any of it. Even though I haven't planted it. We still have 200 of it. Very odd. So yeah. Sorry to yawn. That's about it. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my farm, I guess. But yeah, exciting stuff moving forward. I'm glad that we're finally making. I feel like now that the modeling's done, I feel like I've actually made some progress, especially since I kind of this model is coming after my break. Now I was kind of afraid that, like, the quality would drop down a bit, and maybe it has. I don't know, but you know what I mean. After, like, not modeling for like a couple weeks, I was a bit afraid that, like, oh, I'm like kind of getting better, but then now all of a sudden the quality drops kind of randomly, and, like, I guess someone out looking outside of it wouldn't really understand why. But everything seems to be good, and I feel good about it. So I'm excited to get it done, especially once we begin texturing. I feel like texturing is the most fun part, because you could actually start to see the character come to life, since now you're adding all the paint. Sorry, rambling. But anyway, yeah. We'll see. Uh, I don't know. I'm probably not going to. I don't know. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna get Hades 2. I was sort of considering it, but I guess that was more of the hype talking. I still would like to get it at some point, but I'm not. I'm not. Ooh, I'm in no hurry, I guess. Kind of like how I was in no hurry to get the original Hades. I forgot how I got it, but I believe I got it for free in some way. I don't remember how though. Um, but I mean, I got it like fairly recently, like maybe in the last year or so, and it definitely came out like a long time ago. I feel like. What am I saying? Anyway, sorry. For some reason, I've become very talkative, even though I need to end it now. So yeah, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for tuning in, coming along, joining the forum if you have or not. Who cares? It's a farm. But yeah, hopefully y'all have a good rest of your day, rest of your evening, wherever you are. And I will be back tomorrow for more blendering, specifically UV unwrapping and packing. Okay? So yeah, have a good day. Do you have anything else to say? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with other things to say. I already done my outro. Goodbye. Lovely. Goodbye.